first edition of
Yes.
Daybreak Plus.
20 years from now, they will look back and say, this is where and when the brilliance began. Day one.
Or what happened.
This is what went the other way.
Yeah, so buckle your seatbelts. This is going to be a fun 15 minutes of news and weather and whatever else we want to talk about.
Guess we're,
The stock game.
Did you ever see Birdcage?
I did.
And Nathan Lane?
Yes.
And he goes, and he's dressed in a suit. One often needs a hint of color.
And this is where we find
this
it.
would be visible anyway.
We did not coordinate our pinks either today.
Pretty in fuchsia, not pretty in pink.
Thank you. Okay, so lots of people will be bundling up, though, in snow gear because the ski resorts are finally open.
Okay, so last year, Colden, near Kissing Bridge, had 13 inches of snow the entire month of December. They've already had 37 just 9 days in.
Lucky for them. I mean, this is what they've been hoping for.
Ellicottville, last December, had a total of, I think it was 11 inches of snow the entire month of December, and they're already at about 42 inches for the first 9 days, or the first 8 days going into the 9 days of December. So this December's been awesome.
Yeah, let's talk about it because they just opened over the weekend. Here's what we know about the local ski resorts. Holiday Valley, they opened over the weekend. Their hours now are Monday through Wednesday from 9 a.m. to 9 p.m., 9 a.m. to 10 p.m. on Thursdays and Fridays, and then 8:30 a.m. to 10 p.m. on Saturdays and Sundays. That's Holiday Valley. Now, Kissing Bridge, we haven't been able to get the official information and hours from them about when they will be open, but you should just kind of plan on calling ahead or looking at their social media before you go. We do know that they had a soft launch over the weekend. People telling us at the resort that they do have some new food and beverage options.
They have a new owner.
I know,
You know, so
from California, right?
He's a investment guy from California who's a surfer. He came to visit this place over the summer, fell in love, and bought it.
I love that.
Yeah, pretty cool.
Okay, well, welcome. And then Peak and Peak, they are closed through Wednesday, but the hours Thursday and Friday are 3 p.m. to 9 p.m. Kids get in for free as long as they're with an adult who has a ticket. So last week they got a ton of snow, but now it feels like spring out there.
So
what's happening?
Here's the deal. It's going to rain for the next 2 days. Okay. It's not going to wash all the snow away. It's going to kind of settle it. Okay. Skiing conditions, which were epic this weekend. I mean, epic. Okay, we have a little bit of a lull and some rain, but I want to show you this. This is for the South Towns and into the Southern Tier.
Red looks scary for us, but it's great for them.
You like the, you know, it's heaven in the sense that travel impacts will be there for the South Towns and the Southern Tier, which is why we have a weather impact alert, but that does mean more snow. So for the Southern Tier, which does include ski country, heavy lake effect snow is coming back as early as Wednesday afternoon, but Wednesday night into Thursday.
And then just in time for really nice temps on the weekend. So it's like great fresh snow, beautiful temps for skiing in that snow.
And I think the amount we'll get here is kind of in that 8 to 10 to 12 inch range. So we're going to add to the snowpack. And it does appear that that'll set the stage for maybe a good lead up to holiday.
I'll get out of your way so you can talk weather.
I will join you back there in a second. Rain today, more light rain tomorrow with some drizzle and clouds. And when you melt snow, it adds a lot of moisture to the atmosphere. And when it cools down a bit overnight, you can get fog. We'll see that tomorrow. But snow develops Wednesday into Thursday. There's the rain that's moving overhead. Currently, it is going to be a soggy late morning, early afternoon, and then the rain comes to an end. Watch on Future Look. Steady rain through lunch. And temperatures in the 40s, so it's rain, not snow, even for the hills. And then tonight into tomorrow, clouds, kind of murky and gray. So what about after that? Starting Wednesday, another plunge, colder than last week, but it doesn't last as long as last week. Another plunge of Arctic air over the warm lakes sets the stage for heavy lake effect snow for the South Towns into southern Erie County. And it looks like for ski country as well. So that's Wednesday night into Friday morning. All right, rain today, 46. Tonight, 42, cloudy skies, sprinkles and some fog. Tomorrow morning will be really murky with just some sprinkles. Wednesday, kind of a rain to snow scenario, nothing too heavy. But Wednesday night into Thursday, some of that lake effect will make it into Buffalo. May not last all that long, but it will. Snow showers into Friday. The temperatures moderate a bit for the weekend. And then, as we showed you at the top, heavy snow for the south towns, the southern tier, especially Thursday into early Friday. And then it looks like kind of a little bit of a, temperatures moderate, but a little bit of a sloppy mess potentially with light rain and snow Saturday and possibly into Sunday. We'll kind of iron out that weekend forecast coming up, but that's how it's looking.
Okay, now after we've talked weather, it's time to talk Bills. And Bills Mafia waking up so bummed this morning. The team lost to the Los Angeles Rams yesterday. As you know, a lot of folks flew all the way across the country to make the trip out west to be there and cheer on the team. AAA actually hosted a sold-out flight where they got to go on a tour in LA, and they had a nice pregame brunch too. And when you listened at the game and saw the fans, I mean, it was.
Right.
I actually read that half the tickets sold, or more than half the tickets sold to that game, were actually sold to Bills fans.
Right.
And you could hear it.
And they saw an incredible game in NFL history.
Yes.
And just in the annals of the NFL, this will be one of those games that I think will always be remembered for, never achieved feats. Never has a quarterback scored 6 touchdowns, no turnovers, and a team lost.
Yeah, let's talk about that. I mean, it was 44-42 is the final score. No two teams have ever scored in the 40s before.
Right.
And so, yeah, Josh Allen with 3 passing and 3 rushing touchdowns. I mean, no wonder people are talking MVP for him. That's an MVP performance, and he lost.
And it sounds like it's a lock for an MVP with the performance like that. The frustrating part, of course, the Bills defense, it was kind of a matador defense. It seemed like they were running right through them, and just those 2 receivers for the Rams could not be stopped.
Right. The defense allowed the most points they have all season long, but it also seems something that's kind of fixable. I'm not super scared about it, right?
Well, the fact that we were down sizable in the third quarter and we came right back.
Right.
That we're going to debate this until we're blue in the face. But the whole discussion as to whether to take that timeout.
Oh, that was bad.
By the coach made that timeout choice.
Because
I
they
think
only
the Bills
had 2 timeouts going into the last drive instead of 3.
Had they gotten the ball back, they may have had 3 timeouts. 3 timeouts to slow them down to get the ball back and potentially get a game-winning field goal. And I think there was a real big chance of that. So
okay, and of course this game, they've already locked a playoff spot, but they want the number 1 seed, and things went wrong with the Chiefs winning yesterday, even though the Chiefs have won so many lucky games.
They have lived this charmed life.
Right.
To hear a doink go their way with the field goal that they made. They're beating teams barely. They're beating bad teams barely.
And so the Bills lost here, but still put up 42 points.
Against a good team, the former Super Bowl champion.
Okay,
Rams.
but next week is the game.
Detroit.
I mean, is this a pre-Super Bowl matchup?
Yeah.
Okay, so Detroit, they are 12-1. It's going to be a big game. It's a good team against a good team, not a fake good team.
And
like
we thought the Rams had a lot of offensive weapons.
Yeah.
The Chiefs have even more. We don't have a lot.
Lions.
I'm sorry. The Lions. The Lions. And we don't have a lot of history with the Lions. The last time we played them, do you remember this game? It was Thanksgiving, and there was that incredible Josh Allen to Diggs, 30-yard pass.
Right.
That was one of those the only way it was catchable is if he threw it there, and he did.
Yeah.
And we won in the last minutes.
Well, the good thing is Detroit's only a 4-hour drive, so hopefully Bills Mafia will turn out for this game just like they did for LA and really make the Bills feel like they have a little bit more of a home field advantage.
If you are traveling, is it better to go the American way or the Canadian way?
Through Canada.
That's faster?
Oh, you're cutting off a lot of time.
Okay.
Yes.
Good to know.
Just remember to pack your passport and everything to get over the border. Okay, so we talked weather, we talked sports. Now let's talk about some news. There's an interesting update out of New York City. Authorities are still trying to track down that person who shot and killed the CEO of United Healthcare right outside of a hotel in Manhattan. These are the newest photos that have been released of the person of interest, but listen to this. Investigators believe that he may have boarded a bus and left New York City. Now the Today Show this morning is saying that one of the stops that bus could have made was right here in Buffalo.
What?
So we'll be reaching out today to try to find out whether there are federal authorities that are looking at videos here to see whether he perhaps stopped here, but there are a lot of other stops as well. Here's one of the backpacks that they found in Central Park. A lot of developments coming out of that, so we'll stay on top of that for sure. Some local news to let you know about. Common Council member Rashid Wyatt is now expected to make his bid for mayor later today. We spoke with him exclusively over the weekend, and he said that he will officially announce his candidacy at the Bean Coffee Shop on Hurdle Avenue in Buffalo at 5:30 tonight. 200 Side's going to be there for that big announcement, and we'll bring you his remarks in our newscast. We know Senator Sean Ryan and former Fire Commissioner Garnell Woodfield have also said that they will be in the race for mayor. We're still waiting to hear from acting mayor Chris Scanlon about whether he will run for mayor, but another hat thrown into the ring. And finally, tonight, huge night. You've got to tune in to Channel 2 for the Voice finale. West Seneca's 16-year-old darling, Sydney Sterlace, is among the 5 finalists to make their case to America for why they should win season 26. Of course, we're rooting for her. She needs your vote. After the show, you can start to vote for her. You can download NBC's app, The Voice, or you can go onto the website. Every email address can vote once.
Okay.
So if you have multiple email addresses, vote once from every email. You can vote through, I believe, 7 o'clock tomorrow morning.
And she's only 16?
16.
Are we sure she can make it to the show? Because she might have curfew.
I know.
She might not be able to go.
She actually was talking about having to go back to school after all this is over.
Oh
She's been in LA for a few weeks, and now she's got to just go back to being a normal high school kid again.
But walking back into school in West Seneca going, yeah, I won The Voice. Yeah,
and so
I got it. I own it.
Tonight she'll be competing. She'll also be singing a duet with Gwen, with Team Gwen, with her coach. Tomorrow there's going to be amazing performances. Snoop Dogg's going to perform. Kelly Clarkson's going to come back and perform. Martha Stewart's going to show up because wherever Snoop is, Martha Stewart is.
Right.
So it'll be a lot of fun to watch.
She gets to sing with Gwen Stefani. Imagine that. I mean, I'm assuming one of her heroes.
Right. I mean, we've talked about Cami Clooney and Joshua Vicanti. Sydney's made it farther than them.
Right.
And they are amazing, and they're doing so well. So congratulations to her, and we'll all be watching and rooting her on tonight. Let's also talk about another star.
This is nuts. Okay, so I'm in a bar, and I'm in Fredonia, and who do I see?
None other than Charles Barkley,
of course.
Who says right here, for the next 5 songs, all the drinks are on me. Let's pick the longest songs possible.
Yeah, right.
We'll do Stairway to Heaven.
I know, Iron, Butterflies, Indagata da Vida. It's like 27 minutes.
Right.
Play that 3 times.
So here are Village of Fredonia police officers posing for pictures with him. Apparently, he did the puck drop. He dropped the puck at Fredonia State University's hockey game.
Right.
He has a friend. So on Daybreak, we were saying, if you know why he was in
knows
town.
somebody in the Hockey Hall of Fame from Fredonia, and that's the connection.
Okay.
Yeah.
So I hope he enjoyed town.
Very cool.
Lots of people were enjoying chili over the weekend. There was a cook-off. First responders putting their cooking skills to the test in Amherst. It was the 3rd annual competition, brought together more than 20 local fire and police departments for this chili cook-off, raising money for the Buffalo Sabres alumni holiday food drive. Patrick, you're studying this video really well.
Because I want to see if they put beans in it. Because I think my wife is from Texas.
Okay.
Chili is like a religion, okay? I made chili for her, and I put beans in it. And she's like, what on earth are you doing? And I thought chili had beans in it.
Right.
And she's like, this relationship may not be working if that's how you feel. It's a real thing. I think to the hardcore purists, chili should not have beans in it.
Interesting.
I
don't know what else
debate
would
at our
be in
house.
it. Just meat and sauce
meats and tomato and tomato
the
paste,
Trinity, the onion,
cumin, all of this stuff.
Cumin. Okay. Food to families. You and I were freezing our fannies off on Friday, all for a really good cause.
Great cause. So many people turned out. Lots of money and food raised. It was cold. Had to be the coldest one in a long time.
It was in the 20s.